And then like this, you know what I mean?
This amendment to legalize marijuana.
They better do that shit.
Build that in right now.
You eating the booty, you start massaging her feet, man. Right? Spread that shit apart. What?
Also the first pride since the pandemic. Like, Dick was just running free.
You gotta go with something like, you know, make them scum.
I mean, that is the end result.
Detained at the Vatican because Brittany decided she wanted to wear a Catholic schoolgirl outfit.
Give me something. Let me pop this up on the screen.
Shit, it's a chick. And I'm like, yeah, and I just kicked your ass. What?
Right.
Like, you know what
Sit
I mean?
down in the back, motherfucker.
A ball gag in my mouth with a pumpkin, and I get my head ripped off. Pretty cool.
It's a timing thing sometimes.
It's a CPV thing. Other people talk about.
Phase is the end of suspense.
There's a long story why it's double A.
MCU.
No matter what opportunities I get, I always just feel like it's luck. Same.
He actually did a little lap dance for me. It was kind of strange.
Karen did?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realize it until just now, but I look like a fucking cult leader in this hoodie. Like,
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Failure Made Monsters, number 54. 54, getting there, man. I'm just going to keep saying that. As soon as there's a 5 in front of it, it's just, we're fucking old now. That's it, man. Hi, I'm Santino, the Misfit Campanelli. That's X's for Eyes. And this is my co-host, compatriot, cohort, and co-pilot, codependent. No, I'm just kidding.
My name is Daynes the Great, but you can call me the Great for short, though.
Indeed, you can. And we are Failure Made Monsters. Thank you for joining us on this illustrious and wonderful Thursday evening. It's pretty fucking toasty out. And I'm wearing slippers for some reason, but, you know, sometimes you just got to fuck around and wear slippers. Lemon pepper steppers. I like that. I like that. So, yeah, we have shit to talk about, but I don't know what it is yet. So we're just going to wing it.
Yeah,
that's it.
I mind if we just pull our dicks out and wing it?
I mean, sometimes if we do that, then we might knock a camera over. I know. We got to be careful. This stuff's expensive.
Speaking of shit falling over, fuck.
Lost a light on a shoot.
So I was shooting on the beach. My gorgeously fucking beautiful girlfriend, Katie, she's right there.
Hi, Katie.
Hi, Katie.
Hi.
Hello. And I'm like, oh shit, I never shot at night one. I've never really shot on the beach at night too. And I'm like, I got this. It's no big deal, blah, blah. Brought my light. I'm getting some cool shit. Then like this wave comes in and I see it coming. And I got my camera in one hand, this hand, right? And the light is right there. And I see the wave. It starts to hit way higher on my leg than I want it to. And I look over and I'm like, I can't get it with this hand. I could get it with this one, but the camera's
in that one.
So I'm like, fuck. So, and then the water is coming to my camera because where I had it out, I just jumped and the shit. I was like, oh, fuck. And that's the end of the shoot. I'm not going to lie, I was pissed.
Been there, man. Been there. We shot a music video for Crash. And unironically, that's exactly what happened to one of our giant Crash and the Boys.
You ever seen Scott Pilgrim versus the World?
Oh, yeah. And the Boys.
That girl, a boy, too.
Yeah. But yeah, no, we had a park can on sandbagged on a giant metal stand in the middle of the desert, and it was so windy. Fucking thing came toppling over. It almost took one of our bandmates out. Like it just fucking came crashing down.
They didn't sign.
No, fuck no. We showed up with a hope and a prayer and a rented car and a trailer and a generator in the middle of the desert with a bunch of lights and stuff. And
sometimes you just gotta gorilla that shit.
It's true, man. As it was falling, all I could think of was cue the music. So we got new music coming from Mr. Daynes the Great here, but that song you just heard is called "Shot Full of Holes" from the Misfit with X's for Eyes, featuring Daynes the Great. hop on over to YouTube and watch that shit. Shot full of holes.
Go
GTA style video game gorgeousness. It just looks like as much fun as it was to shoot.
Like seriously, when we were in, shout out to everybody in San Diego, real quick. Everybody in San Diego that came out for my music video, everybody that just came out to get real fucked up with me after my music video.
We got pretty fucked up.
So fucked up.
We got pretty fucked up. I had to leave y'all at some point. I was like, yeah,
yes, not some point. Early as fuck. By the way,
I left at like 3.
Everybody that's wondering, Tina drinks like a little bitch. Just so you know. But no, so fucking.
Excuse me, sir. Sir.
No,
sir.
But so once he left and was like,
no, I knew we had to drive back the next day.
Me too. I had to drive.
I know, and then this was you the whole.
Oh, terrible.
And Rocky literally said, Rocky said 5 words the entire 4 hours, and you know what? And it was when I said bye to him after we dropped him off in Hollywood.
This is how you, right? Okay.
That's it.
I'm gonna give you a quick one.
He fully deflated. His hair was down and everything.
Okay,
it was like
2 surefire ways to know that Rocky is like on a bad one, right? One is if his hair ain't done. If his hair isn't done and it's just like that mush,
he's dead.
He's either just woke up or he is so shot out of his face. It's
doesn't
insane.
care.
And the other thing is, if you didn't notice, if Rocky on the next day when you wake up hungover does not eat breakfast.
Yeah,
like,
he
doesn't
didn't.
watch shit. He just sits wherever in the car, whatever, doesn't say a fucking word. Yeah, it was a good one.
I don't know how. Like when I wake up like hungover, I need like diner food and coffee immediately.
Well,
and Tylenol or Advil or some shit.
It depends. Sometimes
like I need coffee and bacon. That's what fuck I need in me. Coffee and bacon. And eggs.
Like
all the eggs.
Food and I was like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you got like way too much food too.
But my original point.
It's the pancakes.
For everyone. So I was talking to shout out Joey Hollywood, shout out Berto, shout
out Joey.
Aces, fucking everybody. Jimmy Brown, love you downtown Jimmy Brown. But like everybody was saying,
downtown Jimmy Brown.
I saw the video. Aces actually first one to say it, and Aces does not heap praise on any fucking body. Does not usually care too much about whatever your endeavor might be, unless it's really the upper echelon of talent. And he comes up out of nowhere. He's like, "Yo, I saw that video.
The Shot Full of Holes video."
Yeah, he's like, that shit was dope as fuck. I was like, what? Unwarranted?
No.
I'm not paying you for this? Sir.
He also dropped me some kudos, and it was nice to hear. It's great when you have friends who are like tough critics.
Yeah.
And so like when they come at you with like sincere good critique,
yes.
You're like, oh fuck, like that feels it feels hard earned.
And I like it too when it's people that are tough critics, but also in the same like creative lane as you, that make music, that make that film things, and they like know what they're fucking talking
Absolutely.
about, and they like your shit. It's like, oh
shit,
my peers,
my Pierce Brosnan likes this. He played James Bond and Thomas Crown.
Oh,
he's cool as fuck.
And Nick and Coin-Op.
Nick and Coin-Op.
Nick, I fucking love. So first of all, I'm not gonna
mean you.
I'm not gonna get too much into it. Love Nick because seriously, till 4 a.m, just going through life. But like really, bartends at Coin-Op. If you're ever in San Diego, go to Coin-Op.
Say what's up to Nick.
Say what's up to Nick. They took care of us. We closed that bitch down. So I've closed bars down before, obviously, but I've never closed the bar down to the point where they're cleaning shit up.
Really?
Yo, sweeping the floor.
But you're Italian, right?
Yeah, but like
we shut restaurants down. That's like.
I mean, yeah. But usually,
that's like, baked into the DNA.
They'll polite, like, if it is a place I close down, it's a place I go to where I frequent, and they'll politely be like, hey.
Get the fuck out.
And I'm like, oh, shit, my bad. Yeah. I'm closing up right now. Because I know that shit. I know.
No, totally get it. Yeah.
But, like, they literally were like, yeah, we're closed. We're fucking kidding.
Chill. Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, okay, cool.
It was awesome, man. And fucking, we were so close by afterwards, too, which was, which was awesome. Really stumbling back to the spot.
By the way,
that was fun, man. That was a really good time. Thank you for the hospitality.
I feel like it's becoming a theme that I just shower affection and praise on you. But like I said, the last time with the video,
go on.
He directed this video for me. Bring the Lies, the name of the song. If you haven't heard it yet, it's streaming on all platforms.
Check it out. Video's coming soon.
Fucking, you did a phenomenal fucking job.
Thanks, man.
What we did, like I said, sometimes you got to run and gun it. Sometimes you don't always have all of the permission you need
No.
to do the things you want to do.
No permission
And
at all.
fuck it. I'm one of those people so we shot, if you're ever in San Diego, you know where Parking on Market is. We shot the rooftop of Parking on Market. And there was a moment when Tears looked at me, he's like, yo, should we like check in with like security and shit? I'm like, here's why we shouldn't do that.
You usually, easier to ask for forgiveness and permission, but I'm just like, I don't know if they're gonna immediately shut us down or
like, if they say no up front, then we just have to find another spot. But if they catch us, we probably already got the shots, and we're like, okay, sorry, we just need one more. That is close to what happened.
Sorta.
And then
I didn't get everything I needed, but it worked.
Yeah, and then my dumbass, because I had my headlights on my own, because like you'll see it.
You'll see
Anyway,
it. The cars were in the shot.
Definitely killed my fucking battery. And
As we were, and hang on, the setup though is we're using his car to play the song for sync to actually do the performance for the shots, and fucking as soon as the security guard comes up, he's like, "Look, you got about 5 minutes, you got to clear out." He was very nice about it, but he was like, "Yo, I gotta go, like finish what you're doing and bounce." And as soon as that happens, I'm like, "All right, cool, let's just get through this last take." That's when the battery died. And he and bless this man's heart, like he was like super cool about it. He's like, just fix the shit. Like, all right. So I literally grabbed, I think we played it off my phone. Yeah, we were playing it off my phone, and then we got the last take, and then
trying to bribe him. This motherfucker.
Well,
was
you know, like, hey, like
sorry,
tip
but
the
Jesus
man.
is watching. Said those words. What? I'm sorry, I'll take a bribe. I don't go.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's my personal
that,
feelings aside. I mean, at least he didn't make us fuck off the second he walked up. So thank you for that, gent. It was a gent. But yeah, that timing was fucking shit. Yeah, timing was shit.
We got the shots. It's gonna look.
It worked, man. The video looks dope, and then we shot the rest of it. Dane approaches me and he's like, I got this concept, and I don't want to give it all away, but part of it is shot. We were trying to find a place that looked more, not city-ish, like more like where you would say dump a body. And hypothetically speaking, where would you do that? And we found like an abandoned lot in the middle of Hollywood. And well, in the video, he's dumping a body. Yeah. And so we're getting out in the middle of Hollywood in like a, not awesome area with like a fucking giant fake body and a shovel at the back of his trunk and shit. Just three of us. The wise, illustrious words of Will Smith. Love will make you do some crazy things. Yeah, and Denzel called it, man. The devil came out to play with us that night. So it was good though. It's got some shots. Got some good shots. I'm excited. Got some good shots. Shout again to Rocky and Katie for helping us out.
Anytime I get to I'm one of those people that no matter what, if I get a chance to like showcase people that I care about in any project that I'm doing, it just adds to. And yet somehow I'm not in this video. Fucking no, I was pissed about that. I was son of a bitch. No, it's actually fine, because then I can say this is actually, and this is true, this is the first music video I've ever shot and directed that I'm not in at all. Yes, yeah. In my life, I'm always in some capacity, especially like performing it. Just be like, I actually really, I wanted my wife and I were joking. I was gonna just cut it in of me like peeking through a white plastic bag at the end, like I was the body in the bag the whole time, Gotcha, I'm not dead. Gotcha. Oh, hello, puppy. Hello, puppy. Oh, sorry. Hello, puppy. His is? Get your mouth closer to it, I guess. Yeah, let me know if it stays that way. Chat, let us know if you have some audio issues with Dane or I. And I'll adjust. I don't know how I'm going to do that from here, but sweetheart. Do you have any? Oh, we'll look at it later. Who gives a shit? Anyway, what else? What else? We have guests coming up this month. So we're looking forward to that. So tune in the next few weeks. Yeah, we got a bunch of great guests coming up. Some close friends of ours, other performers, burlesque artists that we met at a show we saw. Yeah, I'm gonna get immedely shut off of Twitch and YouTube. Yeah, the two places that we broadcast to. But yeah, some cool people. That's it. She's the only one watching. Yeah, but yeah. So keep an eye out for that. We'll make some posts about that in the very near future. So if you're not following us already, Failure Made Monsters on Instagram, and then of course Dane the Great and just the Misfit with X's Fries.
And what else, man? The news wise and shit. Just quick get this out the way since we usually talk politics and whatnot. She finally got confirmed.
Yo, what was it 239? Like
I didn't see the vote count.
No. It's 239 years. She's the first
black female. Yeah, and only the second or third
female.
But no, and person of color on the right.
Yeah, that's fucking
crazy.
Shameful, by the way, America. Just and what she had to
not surprising.
The bullshit gauntlet she had to go through,
dude,
to get there. Did you see her reaction there to Biden when it was announced? Like, there's a few pictures that now this put up where it was a 53 to 47 vote. 53 to 47.
Only 3 Republicans voted for it.
You just see her overwhelmed with just joy, obviously, and like crying, like about to cry. It's just like, fuck, that's huge. I mean,
it's amazing.
It's big.
And
whatever you feel about that, it's a milestone in any sense of the word.
Agreed. Yeah, Merrick Garland's sitting over in the was he the DA now? Was it the fucking fuck, what's it called? Whatever. He's that guy now in the on. Jeez, my brain's not working. On Biden's, he's that guy now. But he obviously didn't get pushed through when he was put forth by Obama and all. And it's like I feel like since the Merrick Garland thing, like every time a nominee comes up for the Supreme Court, it's just like a fucking clown show.
Yeah. Did you also hear that Sarah Palin's running for Congress?
Sure did. And I watched. Yeah, it was
why, bitch?
Jackal's gonna be Jacqueline.
Jackal's gonna be Jacqueline.
Jackal's gonna be Jacqueline.
Fuck that means fucking psychopath. Who drinks Diet Dr. Pepper? Who the fuck? Sarah Palin does.
I mean,
do you drink Diet Dr. Pepper?
I don't really drink regular soda much, but if I do, I try to not drink the super sugary shit because it's like really sugary.
I'm gonna correct you right now. It's pop, not soda.
No, I'm from the Northeast in New Jersey, and it's a sandwich and a sub and a hoagie. I mean, it's not a hoagie for me, and it's not pop.
It's a beef.
It's not soda either.
Gross.
It's not soda. It's not fizzy drink. My wife calls it fizzy drink sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's British or her just being her.
British.
Yeah, the fizzy drink.
Something British.
It is.
Fucking and then what did the guy that came out and said that he had witnessed people in like Congress or whatever and like invite him to sex parties.
I saw that. Sexual gatherings.
I'm like, first of all, whatever, narc, fucking snitch. Like,
I mean, I'm not.
At least they offered.
I'm not mad. And narc away on those motherfuckers because it's like the hypocrisy of like this.
But also some other sketch shit because
he sketches fuck himself.
He said he was injured in a way that wasn't really like on the level that his friend didn't try to help him, and he did. And it's like,
and he also said it's the reason that he couldn't join the Marines, even though he was like rejected before the accident happened and shit. Yeah, he's just full of shit. It's like who was the ex-football player too who's running for Congress who was like lied about his entire like educational history and shit. Herschel Walker. Dude, like it's just they said now. I mean, Trump sort of opened the floodgates. Like we knew politicians like stretched the truth or lied about some stuff, but it wasn't so like flagrant. I mean, and if it was like you were called out on it, it was a problem. Like fucking one of our presidents was impeached for it, and now it's like, oh yeah, my entire platform that I'm running for office on is bullshit.
Yeah. There's that whole thing.
I just don't.
Okay, look.
I just don't get
I don't
it.
want to talk all
I just don't know.
I don't want to go in depth. It's a dead horse. But I will say this. O.J. Simpson.
I will say. I thought you were gonna say Will Smith.
I am. O.J. Simpson coming out saying,
"Oh, you are."
Smith,
I saw that.
You can't smack somebody, nigga. You can't stab somebody, cut their fucking head almost off. What the fuck? Who are you to sit in judgment of anyone ever for the rest of your life? Even if you didn't, you did. So what? Anyway, that shit. When I saw that him and like with a straight face, I'm like, how do you even still have a platform? Why are you
people who live in glass houses shouldn't throw disembodied heads,
bro? And you know what? You know what's funny is I didn't find that out till later in life. When I read the autopsy and shit, that like her head was literally like.
Look, the fact that that dude is walking around giving commentary that TMZ's picking up and shit, and it's just like, that's it. Like, yeah, you're just, and yet people are like canceling Will Smith for like a bad moment. 3 decades or whatever the fuck of like being a model like representation of like Hollywood actors and people in general. And he has a bad fucking night. Granted, on a massive stage
scale.
with it was a big fucking stupid thing, and he lost his shit, and that happens. All right, fine. But like, all right, can we get the fuck over it and move on now?
Like, here's what I will say. Look, I understand it was worldwide, it was on TV and shit, but to be honest, this is the way I approach life. That shit wasn't none of my business. I don't know what the fuck that went on between them. I don't have no.
He made it everyone's business when he did it in public, I guess.
Yeah,
but.
on TV. But beyond that, like everybody's like conspiracy. I'm like, I got shit to deal with in my own life that I don't have the brain space for this.
The only two people, in my opinion, who can continue to drag this out further and it's warranted are Chris and Will himself.
Yeah.
If Chris wants to drag this, drag it out. You have earned the right to do whatever the fuck you want from here moving on. And Will, I mean, obviously he's gonna have to talk about it more, and he's probably gonna do a whole fucking red table talk about it and all this shit with Chris probably or some shit. Yeah.
Oh, that would be the move.
I would love to see that. I would love to see that, and it would hopefully sort a lot of shit out. And everyone could just move the fuck on. If it was like, because I heard that they already sorted it out that night.
They did.
There's like video footage of them talking at the end. I don't know if it was real. I mean, I saw video footage of him approaching Chris at the end at the Academy. I mean, at the event itself.
Possibly, I don't know.
I don't know if it was doctored or not,
that's the
but
gray area that I have. Whatever's real and whatever's fake.
I don't know.
I saw a couple of things. There was just people doing impressions, so.
even Diddy said like it was. They squashed it at the party afterwards and shit.
It was squashed, and I was like, okay,
yeah.
Whatever. You're their friend.
And
and it's like, whatever. It's two fucking multi-hundred millionaires talking about a beef that, I don't know. Okay. Speaking of which,
You hear that? You hear that? Is it the sound? That's the sound a horse makes when it's dead and being beaten.
Yes. But I would like to segue into, let's talk about people with money.
Oh, God.
I had.
Well, I guess I'm not in this conversation.
Fuck yourself. I had the opportunity to see firsthand what like a wealth disparity kind of looks like and feels like and whatever. And it's not even to the point of what like where I live in my life and homeless or anything like that, but just from like somewhere nearer to the middle of the tippy top compared to everything else. And it's just like you don't realize it until you're really inside it, like up close, like using it on a daily basis. Like, wait, you have things for this? The water comes filtered out of your sink? How is that even?
Is that big of a deal?
I mean, it is if you don't have a sink. It is. Look. All I'm saying is there is a comfort that people get to enjoy that I wish more people could get close to on a regular basis.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like, and I know what you're referencing, and I feel like there's a lot to be said about like being able to enjoy those comforts here, where the cost of living and these niceties is astronomical comparatively. Because like I have friends who live in Vegas that have houses that like you couldn't, and they have like a triple reverse osmosis filter and like a 2-3 car garage and like a nice car and all this shit, but their house costs less than a shack in Watts. Like there's, I don't know if I don't think it was on this. I don't think it was on it might have been on the last episode of this. I can't fucking remember if I mentioned on here, but some dude on TikTok does he's a real estate agent, and he talks about he just does like a TikTok clip. I don't know if it's every single day, but basically like the most expensive and the cheapest house sold on any given day in LA. Okay. And the one video I saw, it was like a $20 million house with an ocean view and like gorgeous, like 4,000 or 5,000 square feet, maybe 5-6 bedroom. Like, don't get me wrong, $20 million gets you a fucking castle in most places, and this gets you like a big ass house with a view in LA. And then the cheapest house, was like a little over 1,000 square feet, 2-3 bedroom, just north of Watts, with bars on the windows, looking like it had been like bombed the fuck out. Wow. $500,000. $500,000 gets you a fucking like a baller house and an acre of land pretty much anywhere else inland.
And then there's the cost of living.
So
you still have to eat. You still have to go to like get. So this is the other thing is your like daily materials. So when you think about detergent on your level versus detergent on that level, or fucking like soap or like groceries, these things are like what you're spending in an LA versus even in like an Atlanta or something like that, where it's, way crazy lower cost of living. It's asinine to me sometimes when I'm just like, you could get the money for the house, but now you got to put all the shit in it. The furniture, the fucking do the daily shit that you're gonna need more of on a fucking weekly basis. Like what? It's a if you ever get to experience it's a beautiful thing, but it is not something that I could say I am so comfortable in as to like, oh, this is normal for me. It never would feel normal to me. I feel like it would just I will always have that I grew up fucking broke as shit mentality. Like I'm like, we gotta save this. What do you mean? You can't just eat that. It's gonna be gone.
I literally go through because I've had this conversation. My wife's been like that in and out of things too. And I guess when I was younger, but then after a certain point, because I just moved so much, I just kind of like immediately adapt. And then I don't think about it anymore. Because for a while, I lived out of a suitcase, or when I was traveling or coming out here, or I lived in Airbnbs for a while, or then I lived like on a friend's couch for months, or I lived in a fake flex 2-bedroom that had like a Amazon wire closet. That's when I first came out to LA with Peter, and so shit like that. And I just after like the first couple days, like all right, this is my cert. This is what I'm in now. And then I just do what's there, and then I'll have like nice stuff, and then like whatever, and it'll be cool. That's what I have now.
It's hardwired for me. Like
losing it sucks though.
Even when it took me a long time. So like I don't know if you watched the show before. If you haven't, go back and watch the old episodes. So I was born in Houston, right? So I grew up in like rural Austin for like when I was a kid. And you're talking about a place that didn't have like running water. So you had to like heat your water up on the stove and fill the bathtub with that to take a bath. And I could tell you, it took me, even once we moved to Chicago when I was young, it took me forever to like not feel like I was wasting water because it was running. Yeah. So like it's
ingrained in you.
It's like shit. Like I turn all the lights off in the fucking house. Like I to this day,
my wife's that person.
I can't do it.
I'm like
I don't give a fuck how rich we are. We ain't doing this shit to LADWP. Fuck that.
I'm too fucking like ADHD to do that because I just don't like. I'll literally walk out and forget everything I was thinking. Like, all right, I gotta turn the light switch off. But then I'm like, because I'll step out of my room with full intentions of coming back in here, and then I'm doing something else for the next hour and completely forget about it. And then I go, oh yeah, everything's still on.
And then you'll like have somebody that's at your house a lot, and you'll come downstairs and you'll be like, why is this closet light on when no one's in this closet? No one's using this closet. What could this closet
R. Kelly's been here.
Possibly?
R. Kelly has absolutely been here.
No, it's okay.
I
just got
that's what the R. Katie I meant. Our Katie. That's what it was.
I'm exactly
our Katie. Offended.
No, she does.
Like so we got Rolo said it's almost like a trucker living out of a truck during the week. Yeah. The shifting, you get used to that. Yeah.
By the way, truckers.
We have a question in chat here from Mariah. Wanted to know, who are your favorite comedians, and have you watched any stand-up shows recently?
Favorite?
I love stand-up comedy.
Favorite, George Carlin. Second, somewhere in there, second or third is probably Mitch Hedberg. And
you are you're up. Yeah.
And I mean, old Eddie Murphy is probably would round that out. Like Eddie Murphy Raw.
Hilarious.
Would round the bottom of my like top 5 out. And Tom Segura lately.
Yeah, he's funny. He's funny. You see that clip about the Kool-Aid on TikTok that's going around? I don't know. It was the fucking dude on the show had a like one of those 64-ounce like thermos coolers that people walk around and drink a shit ton of water.
I've seen that.
And then he grabs it and it's Kool-Aid, and he's like, yeah, he goes, Kool-Aid's fucking awesome. And the guy's cracking the fuck up. Yeah, and he's crying, dude. He's like crying, laughing. He goes, "That's so much sugar." People walking around thinking like, "Yeah, you're drinking all this water," and he's like, "No, motherfucker, it's Kool-Aid."
Look,
you're going to die.
If I think about, all right, so I used to be real bad on Kool-Aid, like real fucking bad. Like, okay, if it was, all right.
What flavor though?
If I can't, so I used to mix.
I'm cool with that.
I call myself literally. Rock remembers this, can attest. You come to my house, I would consider myself the Kool-Aid chemist because I would take like
No.
different pieces of bags, and I would be like, anyway. And if I came if I came to your house and you had anything less than a cup and a half of sugar in that bitch,
You throw them through a brick wall.
I would spit it out. I would like, this is not Kool-Aid. What the fuck are you doing? And I used to drink that shit. I would never be without a pitcher of Kool-Aid in the fridge.
It was like that.
It took me
You got a sweet tooth for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
You have a
That's
sweet
why-
tooth for
that's why
sure.
I'm Katie.
Hey, redeemed.
Yeah,
Redeemed.
I got it back.
Redeemed.
You guys saw it.
That's what's in the
Anyway,
closet. It's
but
just
no, It
Kool-Aid.
took me so long to get away from that. I haven't gotten that far away from it. I'm not gonna lie.
No.
I drink a lot of juice, and it's no different.
You do.
It's just as much sugar.
Yeah.
but yeah, whatever. Fuck it.
Uh,
I can do what I want.
To the comedian thing too, because Mitch Hedberg is
Yes.
legend. I was supposed to see him right before he
R.I.P.
passed, unfortunately. George Carlin up there.
R.I.P.
Old Dane Cook. I still like new Dane Cook too. I don't give a shit.
Old Dane Cook.
But like some of my all-time favorite stuff was like when he was first coming up. Like I was obsessed with Dane Cook shit. I had the good fortune to see him like a couple right before the right before the pandemic. We got to see him at I think it was the Laugh Factory, which was awesome.
Yeah.
And then Brian Regan, big fan of Brian Regan. He does that like, Brian, what's the plural of geese? And he's like, geese and geeson, and like I saw a flock of geese.
Oh, I
And
know
that guy.
Yeah.
He's fucking hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
Flock of moosin. I fucking love Brian Regan. Anthony Jeselnik.
Anthony Jeselnik.
Love Anthony
I was gonna
Jeselnik.
say him too, because man, here's
So good.
I love his stand-up, but what I love more is who he is, like in the face of catastrophic
Events,
tragedy.
yeah.
Like his Twitter is beyond
Yes.
go fuck yourself.
Yes.
It's like
It is his brand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And he'll say some shit.
All of his stand-ups like that.
and
It's
if you
so
haven't seen
good.
anything, look up his thoughts and prayers bit. That's what I'll leave it at.
Dude.
His thoughts and prayers bit. is
One
amazing.
of his jokes, just to give you like, because one of the for me, he's a bit like Mitch Hedberg in this way that like you don't see the punchline coming. You think you do sometimes, and then he has this just one little cap, this beautiful little fucking cap for something he prefaces the setup, and it's awesome. Like for instance, one of his jokes, he goes, "My mother was supposed to die in a plane crash on 9/11. I think." Or no, it's I should have. My mother should have died in a plane crash on 9/11. I think. And I'm like, that's fucking
one of the
brilliant.
best ones
So good.
one of his best ones is when he's like, so I was with my buddy's wife and I was hanging out, and she comes up to me, and she's like, yeah, our son called me a bad word, called me a name, and I think he heard it from you. And he said, was it cunt? And she's like, no. And he's like, well, then he didn't hear it from me. But it's so fucking
so good.
dry
And his
perfectly
delivery
designed
too,
and
yeah.
perfect.
And he really didn't hear it from me. It's
so
like
good. Love
one I think from the Thoughts and Prayers special, there's a line, it's the capping off one of his jokes, where he's talking about I think it was his uncle or something had a job working at like a summer camp for kids.
Yeah.
But he was like I mean the whole thing is basically like he's fucking molesting the kids and shit. I don't remember it and I don't want to ruin it. But but he's talking about like how how good the job. He's like, yeah, I could probably get a better paying job and this and that. But he's talking about how he like likes the job and he goes, but the benefits. and dude, for like 2 years out of nowhere, I'll just be like for something if applicable, but the benefits. It's just fucking it's
good.
so
And
I love the way he says it, the cadence,
I
man.
saw him it was like a roast or something. He just
Yeah.
I'd never heard of him before, and then I just like deep dived into him.
Brilliant. Yeah.
So like he's
He's
that,
a monster.
He's that fucking good.
Yeah, really good. And then who else? I haven't seen him in a long time, but Pablo Francisco. I used to be a huge fan of Pablo Francisco.
He was good.
Yeah, and he was like doing the little tortilla boy,
Yeah,
fucking all that
yeah.
shit. He had so many
He would
good
do
bits.
all the like little like movie trailer voices.
Yeah, and then he did the talking about the fucking talking about like he goes, I was at the bathroom and this guy and he had his pierced and he's like, I was just looking at him, he's like shing shing, and he does all like the sound effects and the voices and stuff. He was like, this is back in the early 2000s or whatever. He was just so fucking animated. So good.
I met a girl, maybe in San Diego recently, that didn't know who Andrew Dice Clay was. And
It's the Dice Man.
I felt really. I don't know how I was supposed to feel about that. I don't know if I'm older or what, but I was like,
yes,
you never, fuck you. You've never. I'm like, you've never heard of Andrew Dice Clay ever? No. I'm like, wow.
I mean, to be fair, Dice hasn't done anything as far as like prominent stand-up stuff that like the younger generation would be aware of. I mean, the only stuff that I can, and he did Ford Fairlane.
What?
Ford Fairlane.
What is
it's a movie that Dice did.
Oh, that's the name of it.
Ford Fairlane, which is named after the car that he drove. Yeah, Ford Fairlane.
He's so bad.
Yeah. And then he was in Entourage as himself. But he's actually most recently he was in Pam and Tommy.
Don't ruin it because I haven't.
No, it doesn't ruin anything. He's just he's like a loan shark in it basically, but he's he plays like an older white, but he's like he looks older now. It's like older Dice, and he's like perfect for he's in like the big. I think it looks like they shot at like Smokehouse or some shit with the big red leather boots and stuff. And he's sitting there and he's got his fucking. He's like, oh, fucking, do this, like he's just threatening him, but in his like kind of Dice kind of way. And he's fucking awesome. I'm shit. I mean, if anyone knows Dice, I want to cast his ass in my next film. I love Dice.
Talk to him and be like, so what were the 80s like?
Right?
Being you.
Hickory dickory dock.
Oh! Fucking, okay. Real hard pitch.
Chris Tucker. Yo, Rolo. Shout.
Chris Tucker.
So I saw, I was in Atlantic City, just it was with my folks or something back in Jersey, just grabbing dinner or whatever. I think we were staying overnight somewhere. And Rolo, who knew me from being in Scarlett Carson years ago, randomly messaged me on social media, and he was him and his ex had tickets to see Chris Tucker. Yeah. And he was like, oh, she can't come. Do you want to go? And I was like, fuck yeah. So me and Rolo went and saw Chris Tucker live, dude. Great seats and everything. And one of my like guilty pleasures is like some of my favorite things is the Rush Hour trilogy. My wife hates how often I watch them. Yeah, I don't care. They're so good. They're so good. I don't care. They're just so good. It's just pure entertainment.
Early Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart's fucking hilarious. I love Kevin Hart.
You want to go night-night? That Kevin Hart.
See, the way my bank account is set up is.
I gotta move. That was good shit.
So good, dude. There's so many. People are like, who's your favorite? I'm like, I don't know. I have the people who have like. They were defining for me in a moment in my life. Yeah. Same with music, and films and shit. Like, yeah, they were like really prevalent at the time for me, but like, yeah, I hold them in a special place. And there's so many good fucking comedians out there. Like Drew Lynch now too. Have you ever seen Drew Lynch? He was on America's Got Talent. He's fucking hysterical, but he's Preacher Lawson's really funny. Another dude from AGT. But like, you have these guys who are coming up off these like the way American Idol was making, and they're fucking hilarious. Yeah, there's just so many good comics. John Poveromo.
What's his name? Nice. Good.
Poveromo.
Watch his show. It's awesome.
Dystopia Tonight. Check that shit out.
Did you see what's his name that just recently did a stand-up on HBO and he came out as gay? I forget his name.
Oh, I saw a post about it. I didn't know. I wasn't familiar with him.
Yeah, he's from Neighbors. He was in Neighbors. Remember that?
Oh,
movie?
yeah, with Seth Rogen and Zac Efron.
He's like, you guys put whatever Vaseline on when you were making the cast.
Oh,
you forgot or whatever.
Yeah. Oh God,
that guy.
I didn't realize. All right, yeah, I didn't.
His partner real happy.
Or not. Oh God.
Ice that.
Oh my.
Anyway, but wait.
My junk.
So I will say, because I needed a hard pivot, but not really.
How hard? After the Vaseline, not very.
Eyebrows.
Big mouth.
Yeah,
eyebrows.
Yeah.
Human Resources. You watched it yet?
I watched a little bit.
It's fucking nuts.
The main character enjoys it.
It's fucking nuts.
I don't love her.
I do prefer Big Mouth, but
I
like it. It's fun.
I don't know.
Plus, I'll take anything to get more Bobby Cannavale. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
he's great.
It's whatever. It's good animation. It's still good animation.
Yeah, it's fun.
Way into the adult thing. I love
it. It is nuts.
It is on your chin. So here's the thing.
You watch my dicks.
It's good.
No.
fucking no. I was gonna say. So before I came over here, and I wanted to actually mention this. Sort of a hard pivot. Whatever. I'm drunkish. I'm buzzed. But no. So women rappers in the industry. I know. Hard pivot.
Where's this going, Dane?
Well, so you were saying like people that like, you know, like music that kind of was a cornerstone in your life and whatever. I will say this, right? I feel as though there is a huge disservice that we pay to females, specifically female rappers.
Oh, thank God. All right.
Yeah.
I'm like,
in the industry.
canceled,
like,
canceled.
No, that doesn't get talked enough about. And I was
Absolutely
watching this breakdown on it just before I came over here, and it was literally like, so you get me fucked up at 3:30 in the morning, 4 in the morning. Joey Hollywood can attest. Fuck you, I'm still right. You saw some of it. Yeah. So I'll start talking about the industry and like how shit is so like uneven and whatever. I don't. So there's a theme that's running lately that like in order for a woman to get her shit greenlit, her project greenlit, get her album released or whatever, there has to be an exchange of sexual favors. There has to be like
is that
Kodak Black literally was on fucking The Breakfast Club talking about how he doesn't give women an opportunity unless he can bust them down, and it's just, and he's saying this shit, and you're like how the fuck is that a thing? Like, and he's like,
he's not just posturing.
No, they're like, well, you can't do that, it's bad business. And he's like why would you expect? He's like, well, why would they expect me to put their song out if they don't I'm like, what if
because they're good,
right? But like, and that's what I'm saying. It's like,
or they have their own base, and you want to cross collaborate.
There's this idea that like, and because of it, there's this lane that women end up having to fall into in order to be successful with their market, with, you know what I mean, like people that haven't ever heard of them. And a lot of times it's not a skill-based lane. It's not a, you know, it's not a testament to how good they actually are. It's more of a, well, honeypot that shit. You know what I mean? And
they just shouldn't have to.
Right. And I was actually talking with Katie, and she, like, I was saying that Eve, in my opinion, it was like the embodiment of the next iteration of like Lauryn Hill. So when Lauryn Hill came out, Lauryn Hill was mostly just, you know, lyrical based. Like,
yeah.
She had some kind of sort of provocative songs, but mostly it was just like, you know, being aware, being conscious. And then Eve came and she was like, okay, I'm gonna be hood too, and I'll be sexy too, but I'm gonna also be conscious. And then there was this hard shift left to like, now you get this like literal cookie cutter honeypot thing for every, and I'm like, look, it'd be a breath of fresh air if that weren't the case. And if you are in the industry and you do happen to come across this fucking interview or this fucking live one day, hey, quit being a fucking dickhead. Maybe give people an opportunity based on their merit.
Shouldn't that I mean, not even just, I feel like that's kind of become like all too common for. Yes. I mean, it's obviously a different type of issue with in respect to female artists in like, you know, exchange for sexual favors and shit. That's like just fucked.
Yeah.
But like across the board, like people just unless you're at a certain place, like everyone, you kind of want something from everybody now. I know it was always a little bit like that, but I felt like for a long time there was always like these like pockets of people who, you know, of artists and shit. It was like a lot of camaraderie, and it's like, I respect what you're doing and all that. And then you see that in some upper levels, but I feel like it's, unless you're there, it's like, all right, well, what are your numbers?
Right.
You know, it's just all like, what are your numbers? Even people like, you know, if you're not at the same level as they are, then odds are they're not. Yeah. Because then it's just like, well, it's automatic assumption. Well, I want something from you. And that's fucking, it's just frustrating.
It'd be nicer. And then when I hear some of
not to equate that to how fucked the rest of it is. This is just a stupid problem.
For instance, I'll hear something by Megan Thee Stallion, who I'm not necessarily a fan of Megan Thee Stallion, but it's not because
I dig her.
It's not because of her lack of talent or skill.
Sure.
It's because I feel like a majority of what she puts out, right? And this kind of goes like hand in hand with Nicki Minaj too. I feel like they're better than, like, I've heard them do things that are better than what they
but doesn't that really kind of turn into like it's not, you can't, it's kind of like the fucking news right? You can't really blame. I mean, you can and you can't, but it's I mean, what's clicking? Like if I put this shit on, if I look a certain way and do a certain thing and put out a certain kind of thing, and it's jiving and it keeps working, I'm gonna fucking do it.
And that's absolutely true. I've definitely dealt with that as an artist as well.
We've done it. I'm fully guilty of that, and I'm not even ashamed to it because I mean it's hard to find your footing in the industry.
If you go on my TikTok, there's more thirst traps.
Fuck yeah.
Than
if I had abs, and I do not.
It's like, but you know, that's what they gas. And you're like, all right, fuck, this is what you want to see. Fine, I'll give you this.
If it works,
so I get it.
It works.
It'd be nice if you know content over you know.
It's just never gonna. It's never gonna be. No. It's never gonna be, and it never was.
Can we at least not base your probability of success on whether or not you're gonna blow me or some shit? Can we do that as an industry? Can we get on board with that? It'd be nice. I don't know.
I agree. I mean, there was I don't remember where the fuck I saw this recently. It might have been TikTok too. Apparently, I watch a lot of TikTok lately.
I watch a lot of TikTok.
But there was someone talking about how you don't see like middle-aged pop stars anymore, really.
No.
And it's like because like the Phil Collins isn't like yeah he's an older gent, man.
I didn't realize he got that old that fat. I didn't know. But
He was already older.
Yeah,
when he popped.
See, when I was a kid, you didn't realize how old anybody was.
Yeah.
You didn't and it took you so much longer then to get on. Like you were already.
But if the thing is how often if someone now is in like their mid 30s or something, it's a big fucking deal that they broke through. Whereas back in the day, there were tons of guys and women and whoever the fuck. Yeah. Because at this point,
young was.
Well, and I can't. I want to remember. I feel bad. I can't credit whose thought this was originally, but they were like, "Yo, you have like 19-year-olds singing about like heartache and shit." It's like, bitch, you don't know what real heartache is yet. Now, come to me when you're fucking in your late 30s and have a drinking problem and you're divorced. Now you know what heartache is. Like that's the person who should be writing this song.
If you've ever seen London, watch the movie London. Jason Statham and Chris Evans doing blow in a bathroom for like 2 fucking hours.
What?
Just talking about life. If you've never seen London, watch fucking London.
Chris Evans and Jason Statham.
It is fucking amazing.
I love Chris Evans and Statham. That's such a good pairing.
Yo, it's so good. If you've never seen it, watch it. London. But like, there's this scene in it where he's like, Chris Evans is the younger character. Dick Hook is also in it.
What?
There's this scene where Chris
Why
Evans
I have to see this
is like, you know, going through this existential crisis, and he's like, you feel like you lost God? You feel like you lost the woman you love? I went through that petty shit when I was in my 20s. I'm 45 now, mate. What the fuck? You don't have problems.
No.
I was like, watch that movie. It will put shit in perspective.
That's the word.
Yeah. And
my favorite word.
A lot of shit in it. When I saw it the first time, I was like, nah, I don't get that. But now I'm like, oh shit, that was right. He's right. It was true.
In the comments, at this point, it's crazy to think Will Smith smacks Chris Rock, Jim Carrey resigns from acting, and Bruce Willis retired due to health conditions. And I'm like, well, actually, so the Bruce Willis thing is true because he is was it aphasia? But I think the Jim Carrey thing was on April Fool's Day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I don't think it was true. And then
he was just whatever talking.
Maybe, yeah,
he just did Sonic 2.
I don't. And if he goes out on Sonic 2, also, I'd be pretty surprised if they were like, yeah, you're not signed up for a few movies at least in contract.
Yeah.
For a franchise.
For sure.
And then add to that too, I saw today he was like he would do another Ace Ventura movie, but he wants Chris Nolan to direct it. And I'm like,
what?
I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that other than take my money.
Look beautiful.
Chris Nolan is Chris Nolan's great. It's not like, I mean, it would be dope. I don't know if how Jim Carrey is funny. Jim Carrey is funny.
But he hasn't done anything funny. You know, he hasn't done his funny in a while. He kind of has been more.
He's been doing different shit.
Yeah,
he's been doing different shit.
The villain in Sonic, and I mean, there's some.
He is more him in old form in that than he has been in a long time.
For sure.
That would be interesting though. I'd watch the shit out of that. 1,000%. And for anybody who's followed me or knows me personally or has watched this show at length, it is, I don't think at all a secret that half my humor and personality is probably just been inspired by early Jim Carrey movies growing up, like that and dad jokes. It's just
love dad jokes. They're so great.
You made one today.
I'm
today.
I know, and I needed not.
And it was
I need to
great.
not ask you on shit like that because I know
all the time.
It feeds the monster, and I fucking hate it.
It's not, there is no monster. It is. That's it. It is. I am a walking dad joke.
So you got to take a bit of a road trip with me.
I did. Never going to drive in a car with you again.
I'm not that bad.
He's worse. He's worse than bad. He's not bad. He's worse than bad. And what's worse is the whole time he's like, I'm a good driver. And I'm like, no, you're not.
Look,
you want to air it out? You want to air it out?
The fuck out.
Let's go.
Anybody from Chicago, this is what I will say.
Stop.
I will say, okay, look.
Stop.
One, I came up driving a different kind of way, aggressively. Two, I ride motorcycles. Three, fucking this is my approach to it, right? I drive fast.
No.
I don't drive reckless.
That's not true.
Horse
Horse shit.
If
you're delusional.
in the fucking
I'm not in the car with you now, so I can say it. You're fucking delusional. No.
I will go the fuck around you, and I will do it
Here's
in a way that lets you know you're driving
hang on real quick. Here's the problem. And this is why you have a problem with all other drivers on the road, because all other no, it's not. Well, that's part of it too, for sure. And road rage and all that crap. But like, hang on, here's the thing. For all drivers on the road, majority of drivers on the road, the signs and lines are not. Hang on, look at me. Hang on. So let me finish. The signs and lines are like, they're not. They're like, all right, we need to pretty much stay just about within these things. And for you, they're barely register. Signs and lines be fuck all to you. Like, that's barely suggestions. I almost want to say, I was going to say suggestions, but hang on. We were in like a double POV lane, fucking with like, there's like 4 lines, not 2.
Get out of that and get back in. Who doesn't cross out of that?
I don't often.
Really?
Yeah, not often.
You just stick behind the guy that's going 60 in the POV.
Sometimes, yeah, I sure.
Fuck,
I also, hang on, but I also, because you're like, I drove motorcycles, so I look ahead and I'm stuck. Yeah, but then you'll speed around someone through like a quadruple line just to get stuck behind 10 more cars who were also stuck doing it.
I don't do that.
You did it like,
it will happen.
Motherfucker, I was in a car with you for like 5 hours.
And for the record,
if not, you will.
If you want to cite law for like a double white, you can cross. A double yellow, you cannot. Just for the record.
Cool.
So if you're in the POV and somebody's going hella slow,
yeah,
you can cross out and get in front of them. Unless you're in the double yellow area, then you cannot because it's like about to do something.
Sure. All right, but I will say you do. I know exactly because when I used to drive like a bigger dickhead, yeah, we did. First, yes, you drive like a dickhead. You do, and I'm an aggressive driver. Like I'm from Jersey, which we drive aggressively. Literally, that's like a running joke in the country. And then I lived in New York City for a while too, where you have to drive like a dickhead in New York. You just do. That's New York. Yeah, it's everyone gets the middle finger and the horn, and like, get the fuck out of the way. What the fuck are you doing? Learn how to drive. The whole thing. I get it. But like but even still, it was like times. I will say you like the way I used to when I would drive fast. You do. I could tell. While we were driving, I could see the line you were going to take. Yeah. Like 3 lanes over, 2 cars up, 5 over there, 1 back in. As long as that guy doesn't slow down too much back. I'm watching. I'm like, he's going to do this. And I'm like, fuck, he's going to do this. But the problem is you don't leave any room for other people fucking up much. That's the problem. And because if one person, and it happened to us multiple times, if one person decides to change lanes or hit their brakes, we're all dead.
I just don't know the way that you think I do. So, all right, look, it's hard to explain.
Send help.
So I'll get to a speed to get around somebody.
Sure.
But I'll get off gas, coast into it, so that I'm covering the brake. So if they stop or they do something crazy, I'm ready to brake anyway.
It doesn't matter.
But I'm like, fuck.
But you drive a boat.
It's really not.
It's not a motorcycle, and
it feels like that to you. But once
I've driven that car before. It's a boat. It's heavy as shit.
It's got a lot of fucking horsepower, so I can get there. It'll be all right. But
ask him real quick. 10 minutes in, him hungover and 3 hours of sleep the next day. We made it onto the freeway for a minute before he almost sideswiped a car into his lap.
First of all,
just saying.
The motherfucker saw my blinker.
No, you just. He was in your blind spot.
He was in my blind spot.
That's not his fault.
But wait. I also had my blinker on for like a minute. He didn't slow down.
doesn't.
He didn't speed up until I started getting over. Then anyway, look, we're going down a rabbit hole here.
It's not a rabbit hole.
And-
It's not a rabbit.
and I
We're
don't
not,
have-
not a,
I
not a
don't-
rabbit hole. It's not a rabbit hole. It's a shallow grave.
Unfortunately, I don't have an abundance of time today to explain to you fucking grandma driving ass fucks how I'm riding.
I don't drive like a grandma
But-
either.
But
My wife
it is
does.
Steve's birthday.
I will say.
Steve, if you know about Elbow Room in Hollywood, it is Steve's fucking.
No,
birthday.
no. Let's go back to how you drive, sir.
It is Steve's fucking. Can you see that?
Wait.
It
Hang on.
is-
Hang on.
it is-
No, wait. Hang on. I got it. There it is. Wait. Ah! Look, Katie, look at the screen. See
You
it?
really planned for this? You rehearsed this move.
I got a big head and little arms.
So anyway, happy birthday, Steve, you fuck. Dick fingers. And if you ever met Steve, you know exactly why I call him Dick fingers. Because his fingers are, I mean, it's not hard to figure out.
Is it because of this? Wait, is this it?
I don't laugh at that. Don't. Anyway, so happy birthday, Steve. I'm going to see you in about an hour. Fucking, if this dickhead can get through with this cheeseball, cornball ass.
Excuse me, sir. It's Dick Fingers.
Anyway, and if you know anything about Steve or you know anything about Elbow Room, say what's up to him. He deserves it.
Fuck me.
No.
Why
This is
not?
Corny.
Baby, come here. Just touch it.
You're so
Touch-
dumb.
Wait. There it is. Is that close? There. I'm having way too much.
One more thing. Katie, come here.
Oh shit.
Katie just put up a video the one that I was talking
Hey.
about that I shot on the beach. It's on her Instagram. Tell them what your Instagram is, Katie.
Look, there's two of you.
Look, there's two of you.
She actually has an identical twin.
She's in both. The cameras love her.
Yeah.
So what's your
So which Katie do you prefer?
Threesome.
That's actually this is an orgy now. There's four of us. I mean a sexual gathering. It's a sexual gathering.
No, what's your IG handle? Room 96. Go and check her IG because there's a video on there that I shot and also a bunch of really cool fucking photos that she did with other really fucking brilliant and really talented photographers. I would love to go down the list, but there's a lot of them. They all follow her and they all are tagged on those fucking posts. So go ahead and follow them as well. It's amazing. You're so fucking corny.
He's not lying.
Anyway,
so you should go to my page.
and that's the one that I sacrificed the like for. So like it, comment,
Sacrifice the light
share
for
it,
me.
fucking like her, comment, share on all her stuff, and yes.
Do that. What he said.
And also, I got to tell you one more thing. So last thing. So I was in this fucking pool, right? And I was like, I want to get some underwater footage, but I didn't want to fuck with my camera, right? So I raw dogged my fucking phone
In the
underwater. By the
pool.
way, yo, shout out iPhone because
The new ones are waterproof.
yeah, these
Yeah.
motherfuckers really like. So I had it like all the way submerged. I put my thumb over the fucking charger port, but that was about it. And I like got this footage, pulled it up, and like you have to wait for it. It like tells you when you go to charge it, it'll be like, oh, liquid got in.
Yeah.
You have to wait. But other than that,
Rice,
still works-
baby.
still works fine. I was like, cool, all right, sweet.
That's pretty
But yeah, so
ballsy.
if you wanna,
You know they make cases for that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I found that out after I posted the video, and one of the photographers.
Amazon.
Yeah, the Katie knows. She's like, wait, he just put it underwater? I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, well, you know.
And-
it was in the moment, man. I'm going to get the fucking shot. One thing about me, I don't give a fuck who's around. I'm going to get the fucking shot.
And now you have a better understanding of how he operates a motor vehicle as well.
You know what?
Recklessly.
You know what? Fuck you. You know what? Fuck that.
Had to bring it back.
And I took so much. I went so out of my way. I was like letting him know, I'm like, hey, I'm about to do this aggressively. Don't lose it. I'm sorry.
You did that twice
Yeah, whatever.
in like 5 hours.
I was keeping
The rest of the time you were yelling at
I was
traffic.
keeping it between 75 and 80. I was like, oh, I don't want to freak him out.
That's
There's a couple of times I was like, I'm getting the fuck around these guys. 'Cause I don't give a
That's
fuck
that's
how you
fine.
feel about it.
That's
Like, I'm gonna
fine.
do that.
Yeah.
But whatever. You know what? I drive how I fucking drive.
You do. You're entitled to do that. I just
am-
won't be there for it in the future. Will not be. I will be driving us
You drive.
by all
We
means.
sound like a married couple. at
We
this
do.
point, and I'd rather not. What? Don't touch me. So fucking dumb. So yeah.
That's it.
That's
That's
gonna,
it.
That's gonna do it for me. I don't know if you've got anything left to not.
Go watch the video for Shot Full
Go
Hose.
watch the video.
New video for Bring the Lie coming soon. Subscribe.
We fucking love you. Thanks for coming out.
You're all right. San Diego's all right.
Guests coming up.
The people who showed up were
You're
dope,
gonna
though.
love it. Go on to our old shows and fucking
Watch some old shit. But if you're
we
watching,
talk a lot about buttholes and dicks in this. And I feel like
No,
the
that's
appropriate
good.
turn
That's good.
Of all the times to talk about.
Hmm.
Yo, speaking of my girlfriend's butthole, right?
Oh no, the broadcast has just ended. Shit. Oh, Rocky's in the chat. Road rage on 10.
Fuck you,
He
Rock.
was in the back seat,
Rock
just
was
fucking
sleeping.
saying.
So that's the thing. So-
That's the ride back. He was
Here's
wide
the
awake
thing.
the way
Here's
there.
difference between you and
I
everyone
have-
else, right? Rock has driven with me long enough to know. Yeah, he's got it.
Can I ask you a question?
Rock will like just be like, whatever.
Can,
that's
can I ask you a
Daynes,
question? Can I ask you a question? Do you believe in democracy?
Yes.
All right, there were 4 of us. I will put this to vote.
Whatever. Fucking Slim knows too. Slim would probably be like, yeah, no, that's just how he does it.
Slim and I,
He cried.
Slim and listen to me.
He cried.
Slim and I got out because Slim drove me back from your place. Slim and I got out the car. Now we were both of us. You could hear our assholes unclenching. Now there's the butthole. It's in there. We got the butthole in there. There's the butthole reference.
Let me tell you something. If you're dating
Let him tell you
If
something.
you're dating somebody and you haven't seen them today, and you want to send them something sexy, send them a picture of your butthole. Just do it. Just trust me on this.
The chocolate starfish.
Just trust me on it. Just do it.
The chocolate tunnel terrorist is what we're gonna start calling Dane now. That's it. All right.
Anyway.
All right.
So yeah, check out all our
On that note, this has been Failure Made Monsters, episode number 54. Thank you all for tuning in. Please, please, please follow the Misfit with X's for Eyes on Twitch and Dane the Great, that's GR8. And of course, on all social media platforms, blah, 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 blah. We also have a TikTok now for Failure Made Monsters. And we're clipping stuff out. We got some stuff up with Derek and all. So yeah, hop on there, follow us on social media, and most important, if you're watching this on YouTube, please click subscribe, hit the notification bell, and join us for live chats in the future on Twitch or YouTube every time we do an episode. And yeah, we're Audi 5000. And Elbow Bat. We love you guys. Thank you so much for coming out.